Hello, I'm Vera. I'm a member of LINK. My tutor David said he found it interesting that I said that my passive and active vocabulary are close together. He asked why I think that this is the case. Here's my answer. I think that my active and my passive vocabulary are close together. This wasn't the case when I started to relearn English. When I'm learning, I try to focus on my goals. My goal was to reach fluency in English. Being fluent needs a lot of active vocabulary. Therefore, it wasn't important for me to have a high number of known words. Also, it wasn't important for me to speak perfectly or to pronounce well. It was important to acquire vocabulary, and especially to acquire active vocabulary. I'm a well-structured person, so I think a lot about how to reach my goal. What's important is that a word is in your passive vocabulary before it is added to your active vocabulary. And how do words stay in your mind? You need a high repetition factor. You have to encounter the word often enough that it stays in your mind. The best way is to encounter a word in context, or better, in a lot of different contexts. So I try listening to and reading a lot of content which presumably contains a lot of words that I've encountered before. A word is in your active vocabulary if you can use the word. The conclusion is to use as many words as possible in as many ways as possible. The key is to use a word as often as possible. The things I do are: 1. Listen to and read a lot of content on my level and not on a higher level. I always encounter only a few new words. My passive vocabulary grows more slowly in this way, but this doesn't matter. 2. Sometimes I try to speak along with the speaker, so that I get used to the word. 3. Often I speak to myself in English. I create a lot of sentences during the whole day in my mind. 4. I write a lot on the forum. 5. I submit a lot of writings. My number of written words in LINK mirrors only the words of my submitted writings. You can see that I write a lot. Since I started writing on LINK, I've written, in general, 3 times the suggested number of words to write at LINK. In addition to my submitted writings, I do a lot of writing on the forums and in emails. 6. When I create a link, I write a lot in the phrase box. I always complete the suggested phrase so that I get a full sentence. So this is a kind of repetition too. It seems that my approach differs a lot from Steve's approach, but this is only the case because we have different goals. Steve's main intention is to understand as much as possible. My main intention is to communicate as early as possible. Therefore, the percentage of words from my passive vocabulary that is in my active vocabulary is very high, and Steve's is very low. What's great is that both of us can use LINK to reach our goals.